Welcome back to S.WigginsTV. I'm your host, Worldwide Wiggins, and I'm back with one of your new favorite shows on my channel. Talk about none other than friendships and fallouts. Today we gonna do something positive. You know what I'm saying? If you didn't notice, the last friendship and fallouts episode between the back streets and the front streets, I had to take it down. I will be putting it back up, so I got to do a few revising. A lot of things happen behind the scenes. Shouts out to both the front streets and the back streets, but you know, I'm going to fix that. But for now, we going to just highlight something positive that happened between the Raymond Avenue Crips and the Paybacc Crips out in Gardena, man. I'm showing love to both sides, and just a disclaimer, you know what I'm saying? So I have love for both these hoods unconditionally, you know what I'm saying? Shouts out to the Paybaccs, shouts out to the Ravens. You know, this is going to be used to highlight the close friendship that they once had back in the day, the unfortunate fallout, and the truces. So, you know, I'm not finna feed into none of the specifics of BS. So if you're looking for that, you better take your behind in one of the weirdo channels. We pushing positivity, all right? And before I start, let me give a shout out. You already know, OG Clouster, man, Paybacc Crip. Thank you for everything you done, man. And I got to give a shout out to Taco for Paybacc Crip. You know, he's formerly of Paybacc, a real role model, man. When you talk about frontliners, man, for the peace movement amongst black brothers out here in LA, man. When you talk about the real frontliners in the ceasefire programs, going to these funerals, going to these candlelight visuals, and you know, showing love to the family of the deceased, man. We got to give Big Taco his flowers, man. Much love, OG. You know what I'm saying? You welcome on S.WigginsTV anytime, man. It's all love, man. So, let's get straight to it. I done talked enough. Shout out to everybody. Let's go. The Paybacc Crips are one of the oldest Crip gangs in California. OGs like Big Slim were responsible for the way they flourished in Gardena to become one of the top respected Crip gangs in the South Bay area. This hood wears green rags to represent Gardena, which is the #1 color in that city. I mean, dude, even the bus is green out there. I remember that, actually. The #2, it runs up and down Vermont, and it cut down, you know what I'm saying, the Western when it's going towards like South Central, North. They've been around for decades. I'm talking since the 70s, before my mama was even born. In case you ain't catch my interview with OG Clouster yesterday for Paybacc, he confirmed that the Paybacc Crips are allies with the Gangster Crips, Trays, and moving hoods like ETG, Harvard's, Shotguns, and even Hoovers when they was Crip. Probably even now. They hood go from around Normandy to the 110 freeway, or whatever freeway that is, and from around Rosecrans to El Segundo. Now, on the other side of El Segundo, however, lies one of their arch enemies, or former arch enemies, the Raymond Avenue Crips. The Raymonds have also been long established with a reputation for being fearless and going to war with any hood, especially Bloods. Unlike the Paybaccs, they don't really get along with the GCs in the area, beefing with almost all gangster Crips like Harvard's and Fars like in the area. As a matter of fact, I was told by the older homies that the Raymond Avenue Crips were actually part of the Rolling Hundreds back in the day, and for whatever reason are no longer part of that car, but still maintain a close relationship with neighborhood Crips / Rolling Crips. But see, if you ask the average person, or even a young Crip or old Crip, whatever, in the West Athens / Westmont area or Gardena, how the beef between the Ravens and the Paybaccs even started, they might have no idea. And with that being said, you know, it's like a mystery. You ask different people, you get different answers. A lot of people don't really know. But I got my perspective from the two OGs. My boy OG Clouster for Paybacc, and now the big homie from Raymond, Too Slim, who's finna talk in a minute. Most outside people just assume, well, Paybaccs rock with Gangster Crips and Raymonds rock with neighborhoods, so you know, they just beef, and that's why. But that's not so. You know, I got a lot of G-homies and reps on my platform, so I did a survey. I had to make sure, you know what I'm saying, I go to both sides, and I'm not biased, And I'm here to highlight the common ground. I'm going to play what a Raymond had to say and a Paybacc had to say. So we gonna reach the common denominator and filter it all out.
Well, I kind of knew about it from my homie Lefty. Rest in peace, them and Big Slim. When something happened one day in the park, and I believe Lefty in the early late 70s, 80s. Lefty was either drunk or had a situation going over there, and the Raymond told him, like, man, you can't be in the park. Lefty like, what? So they got into it with Big Lefty, and that trickled down to that situation happening, and that brought the truce between the Paybaccs and the Raymonds back then. You know what I'm saying? Because they was already allies. Slim cousin is Big Nugget from Raymond. You know what I'm saying? So Slim have allies over there. Well, it's my homeboy father is from Raymond too. So they already had ties in way before me. You know what I'm saying? So that trickled down from that, and that started that right there. That escalated from there.
And you said they had a truce over in
Yeah, they was already cool with the Raymonds until the time they told Lefty he could be in the park. That was way back in the late 70s, early 80s. You feel me? It's going to the 70s into the 80s. And once that clicked over to the 80s, it just kept going. Fighting, shooting, it just kept escalating. That was before my time. So of course when you get voted on, you win, you fall into whatever going on until any type of truce go on, you fall into those things. You follow me?
Damn.
Yeah, when the truce came because of the kill. It was kill was tied with my homie Lucky. You know what I'm saying? Lucky, I call Lucky Little General on Soul Street too. So Lucky was the person I brought along to Paybacc Crips when he was 12 years old. You know what I'm saying? I knew him being Big Papa Blue. Lucky took right to it real fast, like a fish coming straight in the water. You know, fish come in the water, they know how to swim immediately. Just like me. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling this from the Raymond side of things, like from historical points, like as a fourth generation or third generation Raymond from like OG homies, but I always heard about Helen Keller Park, and particularly like our skirmishes with the Paybaccs was always centered around the park. Some of my homies always said, some of them grew up on the other side of El Segundo. You should start coming to Helen Keller Park, as the homies started from the other side of 120th and up in all that way on the other side of El Segundo, start forming Raymond. That's when that always built animosity, like y'all Gardena. So the lines was already set by El Segundo, borderline. And then you got some homies that say that they used to come on the other side of El Segundo tripping, and they used to fight. You got many different versions of it, but it didn't start from like gunplay. It didn't start from nobody dying or anything like that. Not from the history that I have on the Raymond side. I'm just gonna sum it up and say it like this: I only speak for me as Too Slim being from Raymond. Like all the people that have been like in opposition, from my history, from me being from Raymond, all our enemies we was around and surrounded by was all tough dudes. Right. Some were just smaller, some was larger, some got more notoriety, some had a little bit more distance to move around. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't gonna, I can say we been, Raymonds, we hold it on like any other gang hold their own. That's why they still there. You know what I'm saying? So we just celebrated our 50th year in existence. We established in 1973. But these are some of the stories that I heard when it comes to when we talk about different problems and beefs and all that stuff on the street. Even though
it has allegedly been mass amounts of back and forth. I'm gonna say rivalries. I don't want to say the wrong thing, but between the Ravens and versus Paybaccs and even Shotguns and Gardena, who are their main closest allies. But this is one of the worst back and forth beefs between Crips, and that's one of my points. When you listen to these mainstream YouTubers that want to talk about bigger gangs so they can get more clicks, you ain't gonna hear about like this on their channel. And that's what S.Wiggins is here for. I got y'all. See, the Paybacc Crips is a small hood, and the Ravens is deep, but they got it all just as much as any other bigger hoods out there. Before we get up out of here, there was a couple truces when You know, that OG for Ravens, who was real tight with another very important member from Paybacc Crips named Lucky, who used a close relationship to try to bring peace between the two, and I love that. So shouts out to Lucky, you know what I'm saying? Much respect. Shouts out to the OG for Ravens. Also, in the early 2000s, there was a peace treaty, including these two hoods at Actors Park.
We were right in the park of recreation, right in the Raymond's Park, and we had a meeting with them, man. We talked to the Raymond's right in the back of their park. Inside their recreation park where they be talking, there's a little park back there where, you know what I'm saying? We weren't sitting on no bleachers, we weren't doing that. We went in the back where it's professionally done, and we talked in the back there. That's why we had nothing missing screws, because brothers get shit missing screws right in the back. When you come in the back of the park, it's a little park where recreational people be inside the park where the staff be at, and it's a little park back there. We all sat back there, the APDs, the Paybaccs, and the Raymonds. We sure did. But under command, like Big Slim, like I said, Big Slim, but Lucky played a big major part. Lucky from Paybacc Crips played a big major part in that right there. Because him and QQ was friends.
Alright, that's gonna be it today, man. Hey, we gotta increase the peace, man. I'm loving this episode. We ain't finna cover none of the BS. You know, we know there's been a lot of back and forth, but you know, we're here to highlight the positive, man. Shouts out to the Paybaccs, much love to y'all, man, and shouts out to the Ravens. You know, I've been locked up with a Raven, man. This crazy dude, you know, beefing with Bloods in there all by himself, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? They even call y'all the Cravens, you know what I mean? 'Cause Ravens, you know, they go to war with anybody, but yeah, man. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, man. I got gas coming soon, man. And I'm not just saying that. Keep it locked. Wait!